After the loss of the Death Star, the evil Galactic Empire intensified its effort to crush the Rebel Alliance. Princess Leia and her small band of freedom fighters sought out the remote ice planet of Hoth for the new secret base. From atop of a tauntaun, Commander Luke Skywalker surveyed the snowy landscape. Well, girl, no sign of Imperial troops. Looks like we're safe for now. Deep in the frozen caverns of the Rebel base, the famous star pilot Han Solo watched a blimp on a radar screen. Looks like there's trouble. An Imperial probe droid. Come on, Chewie. Let's take care of that thing. Outside, Han and his Wookiee co-pilot tracked down the intruder. As Chewbacca distracted the droid, Han blasted it into 1,000 fiery pieces. But before being destroyed, the probe had transmitted a final message to the evil commander of the Imperial fleet, Darth Vader. Set a course for Hoth. The rebels are there, and Skywalker is with them. Suspecting danger, the rebels began to evacuate their base. Princess Leia's voice rang through the ice halls. Air and ground troops, to your battle stations! As the rebels waited for an Imperial attack, the ground began to tremble violently inside the ice base. Walls shattered and heavy machinery toppled to the ground. Han raced to Leia's side. I don't know what's heading this way, Princess, but it's shaking the place apart. Walkers, huge dinosaur-like war machines, stomped their way across the snowy ground. Deadly cannons war as they marched toward the base, crushing everything in its path. Luke led a squadron of snowspeeders against the machines. It's no use. Their armor's too strong for our blasters. But we've got to hold them off long enough to get everyone out of the base. As the last wave of rebels left Hoth, Princess Leia turned quickly to Han. Well, I guess this is goodbye. I've got to get to my craft now. Suddenly, a wall of ice crashed down, blocking her escape route. Han tugged Leia toward the Millennium Falcon. Looks like you're stuck with me, Your Highness. The golden droid, C-3PO, shuffled fastly after them. Surely you wouldn't think about leaving me behind. Darth Vader led his Imperial troops into the hangar as Han tried desperately to start the Falcon's engines. Would it help if I got out and pushed? Snapped Leia. This baby's still got a few surprises. Okay, Chewie, punch it. The Falcon roared out of the hangar, leaving Vader empty-handed. I ain't wanting that ship. C-3PO sighed happily. Thank goodness we're finally safe. Don't get too comfortable, warned Han. We've got some TIE fighters right on our tail. And they're gaining, hotshot, snapped back Leia. Well, if I can't outrace them, Your Highness, I'll just have to outfly them. Hold on. Han steered straight into a dangerous asteroid field. Under his skillful control, the Falcon dodged left and right, just scraping past the spitting rocks. Unable to follow Han's wild course, the TIE fighter smashed into the asteroids. Now let's find a safe place, Han smiled. His terrified passengers agreed wholeheartedly. Back on Hoth, Luke boarded his X-Wing fighter and greeted his droid co-pilot, R2-D2. Okay, R2, all ships are away. Now let's get out of here. As Luke punched a new course into the computer, he heard a question chirping. That's right. We're not joining the others. We're going to Dagobah. I'm going to be a Jedi, like my father. Darth Vader sat alone in his meditation chamber aboard the Imperial destroyer Avenger when an urgent message from the Emperor arrived. There is a great disturbance in the Force. Should young Skywalker become a Jedi, he will be a terrible threat to us. An evil plan began to form in Vader's mind. He will join us or die, my master. Darth Vader knew he could catch Luke in a deadly trap if he used the right bait. Han and Leia. From all over the galaxy, Vader summoned bounty hunters. I'm offering a generous reward for finding Solo and the princess. After I have Skywalker, you may have Han Solo. I'm told he has a handsome price on his head. This could be a very profitable undertaking for you, gentlemen. Luke's fighter landed on the murky swamp planet of Dagobah. Ben Kenobi said I'll find Yoda, the Jedi Master here. But this place gives me the creeps. I feel like... You feel like what? Luke drew his blaster and reeled around to see an ancient little creature emerging from the fog. The odd creature pointed to Luke's blaster. Away, put your weapon. You're not learned the ways of the Force with that. So you wish to become a Jedi, like your father. But how do you know about the Force? Or my father? What? You're Yoda. I was expecting someone larger. Judge me not by size, for my allies are the Force. Luke began his training to become a Jedi. Yoda asked him to do seemingly impossible things like move heavy objects with only his thoughts and balance himself on one hand. The skeptical youth replied, Okay, I'll try. No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try. So under Yoda's instructions, Luke learned to use the Force for good. Meanwhile, Han Solo brought the Millennium Falcon in for a landing on the enormous floating colony of Cloud City. My buddy Lando runs this place. He and I go way back. We used to be part of the sweetest smuggling racket. But can we trust your friend? Leia asked. No, but he has no love for the Empire. Lando led his guests into Cloud City to celebrate their arrival. Suddenly, Imperial stormtroopers surrounded them. Sorry, old buddy, Lando said. Darth Vader and his bounty hunters arrived just before you did. I had no choice. They're looking for someone called Skywalker. But why would Vader want Luke? Wondered Leia. At the same moment, as Luke was training, a frightening vision formed in his mind. He saw his friends imprisoned on Cloud City. I must go to them. Yoda shook his head. No, ready you are not. Only a Jedi can defeat Vader. The training you must finish, then go. But they're my friends. I'll be back, Master Yoda. I promise. Darth Vader stood in Cloud City's carbon freezing room. I'll take Skywalker to the Emperor, frozen but unharmed. We'll test it first. Bring me Captain Solo. Han was lowered into a deep pit. Solid freezing gases swirled around him, encasing him in a hard metal form. Solo's alive and in perfect hibernation. Excellent. Reset the machine for Skywalker. Luke's X-Wing slipped into Cloud City. Led by the Force, he found himself face to face with his enemy, Darth Vader. Their lightsabers sprang to life. Luke attacked boldly, forcing the Dark Lord to retreat. You have learned much, young Skywalker, but you're no Jedi yet. Darth Vader slashed the weapon out of Luke's hand and backed him onto a bridge. Don't make me destroy you. Your future lies with me, for I am your father. Luke was stunned. No! No! That's not true! I'll never join you! With that, Luke stepped from the bridge and fell to the emptiness below. Lando secretly released Leia and Chewbacca. Here are some blasters. Come on, we're getting out of here. But we've got to try to save Han. Before Leia could finish, they were caught in a crossfire. Stormtroopers, quick, to the Falcon. Just before Luke could tumble into space, he managed to grab a weather vane. As the Millennium Falcon streaked away, Leia saw Luke dangling beneath Cloud City. Chewie, get under him! Lando opened the hatch and pulled the wounded youth inside. Okay, now can we get out of here? Soon after, Luke awoke in the medical center of a rebel cruiser. Lando greeted him. Hi, kid. I'm glad I got to see you before I left. Chewie and I are going to find Han. That bounty hunter's got a head start, but we'll catch up. Luke and Leia watched the Millennium Falcon launch away. Take care, my friends, and may the Force be with you. And may the Force be with you, and may you have a happy Christmas.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.